Now this is an interesting thought. What if King Kong was in Jurassic Park or the latter Jurassic World? The eighth wonder of the world in an island full of dinosaurs. Sounds a bit familiar, doesn't it? Cause he always has been in islands full of dinos. Skull Island in many iterations, including the original, was a land lost in time, where the ancient life forms did not go extinct but managed to survive, live on, and even evolve, and along with them were other deadly creatures including the Megaprimate we all know and love. So here in this video we will assess the version of Kong, who will be in Jurassic World / Park, and how he would fare against the Indian dino clones, and whether he will still be king or not. So firstly, we will have to take a look at which version of King Kong that we should focus on. Of course, the Monsterverse Kong would be an overkill. Even the 2017 version would be too big if compared to even the biggest dinosaurs like the brachiosaurus or the mosasaurus. The biggest land dino, the brachio, would only be a third of his height, so the Monsterverse Titanos Kong is out of the question. The version from King Kong vs Godzilla would also be too big, the one from 1962, and the latest version from the Monsterverse. So let's take the 2005 version. This Kong is 18 feet tall on all fours and 25 feet tall when standing bipedal, and already has quite an experience with dinosaurs in his version of Skull Island. Okay, now that we have chosen the correct Kong for the job, let's see if the island would be a good habitat for him. And if he was there, what would be the location of his hideout? So as most of us know, Jurassic Park and the latter Jurassic World was built on an island in the tropics, very much like Skull Island but more accessible to humans. Isla Nublar and Isla Sorna are two islands west of Costa Rica. The bigger one, Sorna, is filled with mountainous ridges and different types of ecological niches. So is Nublar. Both of them are very similar to Skull Island, but the only difference is the size of the place. While Skull Island is generally accepted to be around 1,000 square kilometers in size, or 386 square miles, Isla Nublar is only 77 square kilometers or 30 square miles in size. So much room for confrontation and so less space for survival. We should also know what dinosaurs would be on the island. Well, during the Jurassic World Era, there were around 50 cloned dinosaur species in the island, and many of them were also taken and transported from Isla Sorna, which also is known as Site B, to Nublar, Site A, where the park was created. Not all the species that were cloned were dinos. Some were also related species like the flying pterosaurs and the marine mosasaur. The big sauropods will include the brachiosaurus and the Apatosaurus. There will also be ceratopsians like the triceratops, the nasutoceratops, and the sinoceratops. There are also armoured ankylosaurus, stegosauruses, and large edmontosaurs, as well as parasaurolophus. Aside from these herbivores, there will also be large, medium, and small-sized carnivores. These carnivorous dinosaurs are in a way comparable to the Skull Island dinos. The pack predators like the velociraptors would be synonymous with the venatosaurs of the 2005 movie, but there are way more species of large carnivores in Jurassic World than in Skull Island. While we only saw the Vastatosaurus Rex in the King Kong movie, in the Jurassic franchise, however, there are T-Rex, then there are also the Spinosaurs, the Indominus Rex, which are all comparable and worthy predators that can kill an individual like Kong in certain instances, and even medium-sized ones like the Allosaurus, the Suchomimus, the Baryonyx, the Carnotaurus, the Ceratosaurus, and the Scorpius Rex, just to name a few, could prey on younger Kongs. So with many other carnivores, would Kong stand a chance here? To know that, we should know what his place is in the food chain. So the Megaprimatus Kong is an omnivorous creature that ate a wide variety of foods like bamboo, mammals, plants, termites, insects, fish, birds, eggs, and fruits. They sometimes even eat meat from both large and small mammals and even dinosaurs, and also carcasses, but they never usually eat humans or other apes. Kongs appear to possess intelligence comparable to those of ordinary apes, although some of their movements suggest a superior intelligence very much comparable to us humans. He definitely would not be an apex predator because that is against his biology, but he will still hold a high rank in the chain, maybe slightly independent of the eat and be eaten system, as he could very well hold his own against large predators and still won't hunt them down for food, kind of like us humans in a way. Okay, so now that we have established his spot in the food chain, we shall look into where he would be geographically. His hideout, let's say. If we look at the island, Isla Nublar, we can clearly see different types of landscapes. There are lush jungles, vast grasslands, swamps, and even mountainous parts. It has mountainous cliffs near the coastline, but Kong usually prefers to be in the center of the island. So the most probable location for his nest or den would be near the volcano, which would put him close to the raptor, Blue's nest, and the Indominus paddock. Again, Isla Nublar is very small in comparison to Skull Island, which would put the giant ape in proximity to many other large carnivores. And now we shall discuss how he would fare against such dinosaurs. What if he battled a T-Rex, an Indominus Rex, or a Spinosaurus? Well, let's look at Kong's abilities first. Kong's brute strength was particularly impressive. A fully grown Kong can easily win over an average V-Rex. However, the largest V-Rex would have been a formidable opponent. Megaprimate Kong was capable of lifting a V-Rex off the ground, as well as throwing, flipping, and pinning the massive predator. Kong was capable of fighting off 3 V-Rexes all at once, but he was a rare specimen with years of expertise. Megaprimate Kong had the benefit of intelligence, incredible dexterity with gripping hands and feet, and primitive weaponry. Kong's combat skills included grappling, rending, wrestling, punching, and biting. He is an incredible climber, and despite his size, he was remarkably agile. So in order to know if Kong could be really the king of the island, we have to compare this large creature with the large carnivores of Jurassic World, which would also be comparable to the V-Rex of Skull Island. The Apatosaurus is 45 to 50 feet long and has incredibly thick skin which has osteoderms like crocodiles, and a sweet smile full of jagged teeth. They were more evolved versions of the T-Rex, and since Kong could beat one of them, a T-Rex would also follow the same fate. A pair of them, like the buck and the doe from the second movie, if fighting together, could eventually overpower the great ape. But then again, Kong has fought off 3 V-Rexes all at once, but was on the losing side, only winning because he had the terrain to his advantage. So in the worst possible scenario, Kong would be heavily injured and would manage to escape from the 2 T-Rexes. A single one, however, would have his mouth snap. So what about the Spinosaurus and the Indominus Rex? Both these 2 dinosaurs have been seen to overpower a T-Rex in separate battles, and since Kong could do the same, this would put them all in the same level playing field. Honestly speaking, the Spinosaurus, with its huge sail, its size and long forelimbs, would be a very dangerous opponent to Kong. Again, this comes to the terrain. In the forest, Kong will clearly come out as the winner, and the Spinosaurus would have to suffer from a serious case of being dead. In the grasslands, the battle could go either way, but in the swamps and near water bodies, Spinosaurus will have the upper hand, and Kong would drown. The Spino will be as big as the biggest V-Rex, and this will be a problem for Kong since there would be a massive size difference. And lastly, the Indominus Rex. If this creature was on the island, the entire ecosystem would be at risk. Let's just say that the teeth of the Indominus Rex are contagious and will just spread like wildfire. It would kill for sport and eventually have already killed the T-Rex and maybe the Spinosaurus. It is after all the most powerful land predator on the island, slightly having an advantage over the Spino due to its high intelligence and wide array of abilities like active camouflage and an insatiable bloodlust. Kong will have a big problem in his hands. If the Indominus Rex was living together with him, it could stalk the big ape and Kong wouldn't know it was there until the last moment, like, "Boo, I'm here, oh no." How the battle would go is up to debate. Let's just say that the I-Rex is the one existential threat to the giant ape. Anyway, with that we come to the end of it. So do hit that like button for support and subscribe as well to be a part of the MindQ family. But most of all, smash that bell icon for regular updates on new videos right here on this channel. Till the next one, take care fam.